Hey guys, Vick here, back with another review. Today we are looking at this, the Battlestar 200 from Smoant. What is it? What on earth is it? It is a very funky looking 200 watt mod, two 18650 batteries in series, 200 watts. It has temperature mode with titanium, nickel and stainless steel. It also has some TCR options as well. Yeah, it's in this ergonomic, slightly triangular style. Very funky looking indeed. We'll go down low. I'll show you it in action. All the different things it does, how the menu works, all that stuff. Then we can come back up top and I can give you the wide variety of pros and cons of this mod. See you really soon. Okay guys, here we are up close with the Battlestar 200 TC mod. Small, compact, ergonomic. That is its best feature really. It's super comfortable, super dinky considering it's a 200 watt mod. Smoant.com if you want to know more. And there your colours, yellow, white or black. Opening her up, you've got a charge cable in there. You've got some spare battery, some spare magnets for the battery door, but I wouldn't know how to fit them anyway, so less said about them the better. Let's just get on with the mod. So spring-loaded 510 at the top, really good, no problems with that. Really happy with that. Everything's going down flush. You've got your fire button there. You've got your plus and minus. There you've got this. Now I don't think this is firmware upgradable. There hasn't been any releases so far, so I'm pretty sure it's not. Technically they say you can charge with that. I strongly recommend not charging with that. Take your batteries out and charge them separately is my advice. You've got your vent in here and here, and some there as well, so it's a nicely opened thing, you know. Technically that will help with the batteries getting hot. And this is your battery door. Now there's absolutely no play in this battery door at all. Really rock solid, brilliant. To get into it, just get your nails down the side here, and you'll expose your batteries like that. Let's pull this out. You can see what we've got, nice and tidy, no problems in there at all. Putting these back in like that. Oh. Make sure that tags on the inside like that, and you're good to go. Absolutely rock solid, no problems there. So we are currently on, this is the screen. You've got your battery level, your variable wattage mode, 72 watts, ohms and volts, and it will tell you no atomizer there. It's quite right to say that because there isn't one on top. If you want to flick between the modes, 1, 2, 3, and you are in your options bit. Variable wattage, nickel, titanium, stainless steel, nichrome, presumably, TCR, and back round. Once you're in, say, nickel mode, you've got your temperature on screen instead. And I will be talking about temperature mode quite a bit up top, so stay tuned for that. If you want to adjust your wattage in TC, you hold plus and fire together. And once you fire, it goes back to Fahrenheit. You can use Fahrenheit or Celsius with this. No problems there. Nice and easy to navigate. It stops warning me about that. 1, 2, 3. Back to variable wattage mode. So very simple, nice and easy to use. Let's fly back up top. There's loads of pros and cons with this, so let's get back up there. Okay guys, that was the Battlestar 200 watt mod, TC mod, up close and personal. Now I'm just going to get into the pros and cons of this. The negatives. Okay, so one thing I've noticed through continuous use, I've had this a long time and I've used it quite a lot because I really like the form factor and the way it looks and feels and stuff. So the first thing I've noticed is, for whatever reason, don't know, when it's in use, when it's getting towards the end of its life, and you take the two batteries out of the mod and into your charger, I've noticed that one battery is far more drained than the other battery, to the extent that when you get down to 1 bar, you can pop this out, switch your batteries around, and it'll go back up to 2 bars. You know, so one battery is slightly more depleting than the other battery. It's just something I've noticed. It's not like that's not horrendous, because it's still got all its protection and limits in, so it tells you when the batteries are getting low anyway. But something to bear in mind, something to know. It's fairly uncommon on mods these days for that to happen. They sort of have a very clever way of balancing that. For some reason it does that. Something to bear in mind. Over 150 watts, I think you're going to notice that it struggles to do that power, and that's the same for all of these dual 18650 mods that claim to be 200 watts. I don't personally feel they can without being incredibly pulsy. So over 150 watts, this might not be the mod for you, but absolutely no problem to me at all. That doesn't affect me at all. In temperature mode works, but it runs extremely hot. What I mean by that is I can get the same vape on here at 250, 300 Fahrenheit as I can on another mod set at 450. It'll still kick in and tell you temperature protect eventually, but it'll let the thing get really hot before it gets to that point. I haven't had a dry hit, but I've been so close to a dry hit a few times. It seems a very unsensitive temperature control, so it does work, but I'm using way lower Fahrenheit than I normally would. So that's something to bear in mind as well. As I say, not a TC Vapor really, so that hasn't been an issue for me at all. Overall battery life hasn't been great either. Comparing this to a Fuchai or the latest one from Asmodus, the Minikin 2, which is coming up for review as well, the battery life doesn't seem anywhere near as good as those. I don't know if it's an inefficient board or I don't know why. But genuinely head to head with those other mods doesn't seem to last as long battery life wise. Again, not a huge problem for me. You run upstairs, grab 2 more batteries, good to go. So again, not a huge issue for me personally, but something I've noticed, so something I want to report on. All that to one side, I genuinely am enjoying this mod. It's just that's just vaping, isn't it? Everyone's got different levels of tolerances. This mod is really pretty, if you like that sort of thing. I really like the look, I really like the feel, I like the ergonomics, I like the button, I really like the screen, that big sort of brash font. I really like the screen, easy to use, good menu system, no problems there. Lovely 510 pin. This design, this shape sits on the desk so nice. I'm never worried about it wobbling over or anything like that. I think this is a very clever shape, you know. It's so comfy in the hand and ergonomic, you know. Battery door, really well made battery door, so it's got an end here and an end here, so there's no wobble at all. You've really got to go some to get it off, which I like. You want to put your finger in there really to get it off like that, you know. So really great battery door, no wobble, rattle, anything. So nothing is unpleasant when you're using it like I use it. That's my point really. I have no issues with this day to day. Nothing that annoys me. I'm at 72 watts with a dripper on top, and it handles that wattage power no problem. Puts it straight out. It's a nice vape, feels nice. No wobbles, rattles in the hand. Really well made, sturdy, solid mod. So it's a mod that causes me no problems, and I really enjoy using it. But I have got to let you know about all those things at the beginning. So it'll just come down to you. If you're a TC Vapor, maybe not. If you're an over 150 watt Vapor, maybe not. If you don't like the look, maybe not. It's available in black and white, yellow and black, and all black. So maybe the looks are a thing for you. I don't know. So there's things that might put you off, but again, for me, it's been absolutely spot on. I should point out as well, it's really fairly priced. It's around the £50–60 mark, I think. So that's a great price for what you're getting, in my opinion. Competitors in this market, you've got the RX2, you've got the Fuchai and Asmodus, stuff like that. All of these mods are doing a very similar thing to a very similar standard now, so really it's just down to personal preference. Just bear in mind those pros and cons I've given. No problems with 510, no problems with the door, no problems with the output at the wattage range that I like. So it's been a diamond for me. It's been brilliant for me, and I'm really enjoying it. So it'll just come down to you, I'm afraid. Really like this. Thanks to Smoant for sending it on. Link in the description if you want to know any more. Yeah, that's the Battlestar 200 TC mod from Smoant. I've been Vick, and I'll see you again soon.